That's how we do it. Wow, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. All these wonderful, talented members of this naval band who are here to support the film, to welcome you all and एक बहुत खास शुरुआत के लिए. जय, थैंक यू फॉर सेइंग दैट. भारत माता की जय. थैंक यू सो मच सर. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सबका. This amazing naval band here, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations for pulling that off. I would say, ये हमने पहले कभी नहीं देखा. Amazing actor here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Yami Gautam, एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं. So I have a question for you, Yami, and we'll just. Can we just switch that on?
Yeah. Hello?
Huh?
Yeah?
Wait, we on.
Okay. I'll still be audible, I think.
No, I think there's nothing here.
Sound check? Yeah.
We can all hear her, right?
Nice. Okay.
Okay. First of all, congratulations on this. And you have to spill some beans or secrets कुछ share करने पड़ेंगे. How come you're so pro at handling all these weapons? यार क्या चल रहा था? Undercover cop वगैरह तो नहीं हो आप? कहीं कुछ चल रहा था ऐसा? Talk to us about that.
First of all, thank you so much for being here, coming here, and making it all the more special and warm for all of us. This film means, someone said it very rightly, it's straight from the heart. And so there are a lot of emotions brimming right now. And to answer your question technically, I'll first just sum it up what this film means to me, Article 370. It's been a while I've been working in the industry, and years of hard work, years of patience, years of disappointments, and still a lot of hope. And I think if I have to culminate it in one film and put it out there, I think it'll be Article 370 for me. So it means so much. And talking about, the action bit, पहले पता नहीं किसी ने offer ही नहीं किया role. शायद मैं अपना social media update नहीं करती हूँ अपने skills. तो शायद. But obviously, every role comes with its own set of challenges and मेहनत जो सब करते हैं. ऐसा, it's my job, to do what I do. Of course, काफी challenges or physical challenges or to learn. Thank you. Yes, he's very caring. Professionally, of course, there was training. I'm very thankful to Colonel Keshwinder Singh and Bhushan sir for helping us with the military, the advice and handling how to work with weapons. Yeah. I mean, who gets an opportunity every day to fire these Glock 17s and MP5s? I think this was, so I don't have, what I'm trying to say, I don't have any sad story. I don't want to make it like, मैंने बहुत मेहनत बहुत मैं यहाँ गिर गई, मैं वहाँ गिर गई, मुझे ये इंजरी आई. that's not important. The important bit is for me that I really had a blast working on this film. I had a great time working on this film. Um, and I enjoyed that challenge. I think जिस दिन आप उस pain को उस जो भी whatever you're going through or you're learning something new, you make it fun, you own it up, and you start having fun. Even though the BTS pictures might not support what I'm saying right now, I still look very intense. But that's the beauty of it. So thank you, Aditya, for giving me this opportunity. You would have been in trouble otherwise. And this is healthy nepotism. ये अच्छा वाला nepotism है. So happily, so it was really good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए उनके लिए for sharing this wonderful thing हमारे साथ. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would like to invite on stage this powerhouse of talent. We've seen her on the big screen every single time. The ball is out of the park. Give it up for Priya Mani ji. Like जोरदार तालियां बनती है. Come on. And we can do some हल्ला गुल्ला also. Yeah. इनके लिए तो बनता है. Yes, we can do that. We can scream and do what not. Welcome. Thank you so much. Please be seated. मैं कह रहा था हल्ला गुल्ला बनता है सीटी. Both of you on that big screen are looking fabulous.
Thank you.
Like that chemistry जितनी भी देर के लिए हमें देखने को मिली है, that's something out of the world. So मुझे सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए, changing face of entertainment, cinema, this is what we've been talking about. We've been talking about pan-Indian films, लेकिन यहाँ पे जो सबसे हटके चीज हो रही है, that's another first, I would say, kind of, कि दो leading ladies हैं, उन्होंने वो सारा जिम्मा अपने कंधों पे ले लिया है to present this wonderful film. How do you see that? What do you have to say on that?
Thank God, I think you asked me this question and you didn't ask me why I wasn't holding a gun or
आ रहा था
why
वो
I
भी.
didn't fire any gun or anything. For that thing, I have to complain to Aditya sir about that. Because in this film, I wasn't offered. Okay, so I'm not holding any gun. Unfortunately, I don't have any action sequences in this. But yeah, you can see the action you can see when it comes on the big screen on the 23rd. But yes, talking about the cinema as such, how we were on this project and how we handled the whole project, I think it's all thanks to Aditya Jhamle and Aditya sir there. Both the Adityas, they had the story, it was so strong, the characters were so strong that I think it was very easy for us to bring something bring something live to all of you. And I just hope all of you love what you see. I mean, I'm sure you loved what you've seen so far, but picture abhi baki hai, तो जब 23rd को आ जाएगा आपको पता चलेगा.
बहुत अच्छे से पता लगेगा, है ना? जो भी हमने देखा है उसको बहुत सारा प्यार जिस हिसाब से यहाँ पे मिल लिया है. अब बुलाना चाहेंगे, please.
I feel this film, although of course we are the faces right now, we're the actors sitting in front of you, and we happen to be females. So you know, but what I'm trying to say that this film is not about us. It's not about Zuni or Rajeshwari.
Yeah.
This film is about Article 370 and a whole full-fledged team that was responsible for making this this mission happen successfully, and which is the reason why it went down in as a landmark chapter in our political history. So it is not about us. It's much more than that. And this is just a gist of what you've seen, because in real life, that's exactly how it's happened. You know, so it's a tribute to them, and it's just our way of telling their story of how some men and women of courage and efficiency, how they, to imagine that someone's actually gone down and done that, and how, between that why and how, that's what the story is.
Right, and there is so much more to talk about this. And जिनकी vision है, I think it's only fair that अब उनको मैं यहाँ पे मंच पे बुलाऊं. He's a national award winner, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for the director of this movie, Aditya Suhas Zamre Saab. He's here with us. We got to make some more noise for this gentleman here. How beautifully he's presented everything on that big screen. Aditya sir, welcome. सबसे पहले ये थोड़ा सा ऑफ जा रहा हूँ मैं, कितना कंफ्यूजन होता था सर आदित्य आदित्य?
So the thing is, मेरे लिए अभी आदित्य नाम एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रहा है इनके कंपनी में वगैरह because of the confusion. So they call me either AJ or Zamle. Simple.
आई न्यू इट, ये निकली अंदर की बात. अब जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, सो वीव ऑल हर्ड अबाउट एक्शन थ्रिलर्स, पॉलिटिकल ड्रामास. यहाँ ये एक अलग जॉनरा आप तैयार कर रहे हो, एक्शन पॉलिटिकल ड्रामा. तो ये डेब्यू के लिए ये कहाँ से कैसे शुरुआत हुई? टॉक टू अस अबाउट इट प्लीज.
I think yes, it's my first debut as as a film release. It's my first film release. I think जो इन्होंने भी कहा कि आर्टिकल 370 जिस तरीके से हटाया गया था, जिस तरीके से उसे इनऑपरेटिव किया गया था, और जितनी the first thing, it was a secretive mission.
Right.
It happened without letting anybody know, and the second important thing, it happened without any innocent innocent bloodshed for that matter, without firing a bullet or anything like that. So ऐसे आप जब मिशन करते हो तो it definitely has lot of facets in it which are not in public domain. So when me and Aditya, when we came across those things, when we did the research and when we saw everything on the table, that time we just realized that drama इसमें है. When you have so much of information to be told to the audience, जो public domain में है ही नहीं, लोगों को ये पता ही नहीं है कि आर्टिकल 370 कैसे हटाया गया था, जो पर्दे के पीछे जो चल रहा था. तो जब ये देखा तो obviously then it automatically had everything. It had action, it had drama, it had politics, and in India we felt that political films करने में एक shyness होता है, we don't really attempt to it. But if you see in Western cultures, Western film basically, in Western films, they are making those kind of films. So we wanted to set up a trend where we make a film which kind of mixes these different narratives and different genres together and gives a cinematic experience about this whole operation.
Right.
And I think actors and everybody, the entire crew, they just did fabulous job in actually helping us to translate that vision on the screen.
Right. How real is this gonna be? How real is this gonna be?
It's going to be very authentic because the research that has gone down for months about how every किस तरीके से हर facet में ये किया था, implementation किया था,
Right.
had lot of detailings, and we tried to portray every detail as much as possible, may it be even in action or may it be even in politics or may it be any other things that we show, whether it is a PMO bureaucrat or those details, how things happened, किसने क्या step ले ली, उसके वजह से क्या हुआ. So जितना हम cinematic experience में डाल सकते हैं और हम उनको close to realism लेके आ सकते हैं, we have tried our best and I think we are very close to real event.
I'm sure because यहाँ भी जो हम देख रहे हैं वो बड़ा real सा लग रहा है, organic सा लग रहा है. I think that is commendable. एक बार जोरदार तालियां for this team, ladies and gentlemen. अब जिन्हें यहाँ बुलाने जा रहा हूँ, he's a director और जैसे ये डायरेक्ट करते हैं अवार्ड्स पे अवार्ड्स ले लेते हैं, जब ये कुछ लिखते हैं तो लोग वाह वाह करते रह जाते हैं, एंड अब जब ये प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं सो सेम चीज हो रही है. B62 स्टूडियोज से ladies and gentlemen, the maverick Aditya Dhar is here. Yeah, that's Yami, Aditya.
Hi.
Lovely. I'm sure अच्छी होगी मुलाकात. Okay. So first things first.
Yes, sir.
Geo Studios, B62 Studios, एक साथ आना, and this is just the beginning. Talk to us about that, please.
So, first and foremost, for this collaboration, I would give credit to Jyoti. She stood by us for a project like this, like a rock. Everybody in Geo has backed us relentlessly on this project. Sorry, I've got a little, थोड़ा गला खराब है तो मैं हल्की से बात कर रहा हूँ. But emotion कायम है. तो yeah, so we have been collaborating quite a lot. We have already done about 3 films which will be coming out now. And it has been one of the most wonderful and one of the most satisfying collaborations and experiences. And it's really beautiful that you have a producer along with you who gives you a complete free hand. And for a creative person, there is nothing more important than that. Yeah. Believes in you, trusts in you, gives you complete free hand. And the kind of support they gave us and Jamle, I don't know many people who have given that kind of support for a first-time filmmaker and a first-time producer. So I would give all credit to Gio and Jyoti and Priyanka and the entire team of Gio.
Right. So it's like, talking about new beginnings. So B62, your maiden production. And of course, the both of you, the wonderful couple here, they are welcoming some more good news. So would you like to talk about that? मैंने कर दिया आप लोगों का काम आसान.
So this film is a family affair. My, my brother was there, my wife was there, and there's a baby on its way who was present. So outside. But it was an amazing time because the way the film happened and the way we got to know about the baby on its way also, it almost felt like वो अभिमन्यु वाली story याद आ गई. The baby knows exactly about how 370 was abrogated, but yeah, so that's how it happened. But yeah, soon you will get to know that if it's gonna be a Lakshmi or a Ganesha, but
It's going to be happiness, I'm sure. It's going to be happiness. One last.
Actress Yami Gautam did the trailer launch of her next film, Article 370, in Humpus Pompous State with the actress Priya from South.
How was that?
it was phenomenal. मतलब सेट पे डिस्कशन होते थे, फिर घर पे जाके डांट खाते थे. It was good fun. No, I'm kidding. No, but she's a thorough professional and she knows her shit. Sorry to say that, but she knows her shit really, really well. So, and it's something where I really feel honored and privileged that I truly feel I lucked out that I got married to her, because as a human being, she's one of the best human beings you will ever meet. She's spiritual, she's religious, she's somebody who's very thorough about her work. She's very professional. If you call her at 6 a.m. for a shoot, she'll be there no matter what by 5:30. And she'll be ready, like sitting, waiting. And for that, she'll get up at like 3:30, take a shower, and then do puja every day, no matter what. So that way, I completely lucked out professionally, personally. I think I'm one of the most luckiest guy in this world.
That's an awe moment. Awe, Aditya Dhar sir. Thank you.
If I try right now, they'll say it's pregnancy hormones, but it's not.
No, don't try.
Okay, and now would like to invite on stage, ladies and gentlemen, the other producer, of course, the better half of B62, I would say. Give it up for Lokesh Dhar Saab, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, make some noise. There he comes. Welcome, sir.
By the way, Lokesh is older than me. He's 5-6 years older than me. He looks younger, but he's older than me.
अभी यहाँ पे पहला ही सवाल आएगा, ये त्वचा का क्या राज है सर यहाँ पे? Okay, Lokesh sir, this one's for you. Please tell us सबसे पहले B62 is what? Like,
Yeah. So B62 is the address where we grew up, Aditya and me. So it's the place where I was born. It's the place Aditya was born. It's the place where our parents got married. And the first 12, 13 years of my life and 7, 8 years of Aditya's life, we grew up there. So the history is basically, on one side there was a theater called Sapna. This is in Delhi. Okay. And on the other side there was a theater called Alankar. And every Sunday, our parents would take us to one of the theaters.
Right.
And that's where our love for film started. We became extremely passionate. We were big fans of Amitabh and all of that world. So we are not from film business as such, but I have been in the film business for more than 20 years, but in the US. Okay. And we joined hands in 2019. Right. Aditya had made Uri, and he had come to US, and we decided that we wanted to start something. And this is an exciting moment for us. It's the first public event where we talk about our company, where we talk about the trailer. Yeah. So, yeah.
So this is your maiden venture, I would say. Of course, here, what kind of discussions were going on while working on Article 370? Jo shuruaat hui thi, talk to us about that, please.
So this is a very personal film for us. we are both Kashmiri Pandits. So our families have been affected by this thing. So this is not something that we were thinking of making when the Article 370 was abrogated. The germination of this happened much before that.
Right.
Not this film exactly, but the events which have taken place in our lives, in our relatives and all of that. So in terms of just the film, we are very thorough when it comes to film. So when it comes to discussions, when it comes to scripting, even on the day of the shoot, we are working on the script.
Right.
Even on the morning, I mean, Priyamani and Yami would address that, and Jamle, that in the morning sometimes we don't know what has to be shot where, because we are still trying to fine tune the script. So as professionals, for everything we do, we want to make it perfect, as good as possible. There are so many constraints, but in the constraints that we have, let's make it as good as possible. Let's create something which is of international standard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Talking about goodness and perfectionism, sir, मैं ना बड़ा खुश हूँ ये मुझे दिया. I have something to hold on to today. It's like I am feeling all perfect hosting this. So now I know you have a lot of questions. So it's over to the wonderful members of the press. Ji.
But as the belief of our company, so years to make an Uri. I was supposed to direct my first film in 2009. That didn't happen. I was supposed to direct my first film in 2011. That didn't happen. 2013, 14, 16. For various reasons, that didn't happen. And finally, Uri happened after 10 years. 2019, it released. And I understood that there was a huge problem, which I feel with our industry, where the talent was not being backed. It was, like she said, that like there was thoda chacha bhatija vaad thoda zyada tha. And I met him during 2019 National Awards, and we happened to speak to each other at that time. And I realized that the kind of hunger and the kind of talent Jamle has, it might be even better. He might be even better than me. So let's give the best script to best deserving person. It's not like I wouldn't have made a good film out of this. I would have made a good film, but I wouldn't have made a better film than what Jamle has made. And I truly believe in that our company's motto is that let's give chance to people who are outsiders, who really deserve that opportunity, because I didn't get it. I didn't have any godfather. I didn't have any Mai Baap. So I really, truly believe in that.
I'll just like to add one thing.
Is it working?
I don't know. So the thing is, like he obviously we met and he gave that opportunity and had that trust in me. But I think also it deals with two things. It is one thing is about one thing is about the foundation on which the company is based on, which is thorough professionalism and trying to give the talent the freedom it needs. But also Aditya being a director turned producer, it helped me a lot. Because he's coming out not just with one perspective, he knows what perspective I am thinking of. So that balance is something that I think the destiny gave it to me, because I got Aditya, that okay, he knows why I'm saying a certain thing, and there was always a conversation. It was always a chemistry built on any decision whatsoever. So there was no friction of any kind. In fact, both of us also, including the other writing team also, Monal Thakur and Arjun Dhawan, we always were trying to make it better. So it was always that intention, and that I think he's the most important person who led that foundation and that process. He gave that direction. This is how we'll go ahead. And that helped me a lot as a director, because I was not under pressure of, how do I say, if I have to say something, if I want to make a certain treatment completely different. He was always like, go for it. I mean, you try it. I mean, whatever you want. So that I think is a very big thing for me.
The base is basically excellence. We have to strive for excellence, no matter what, and give audience something which they have never experienced before. That was the base with which we made Uri also. That let's give something which audience has never seen before, and same goes for this film, all the other films. He has directed another film for us, brilliant film. We'll talk about it someday else. That's also coming out really, really soon. So yeah, excellence is what we are always striving for.
Over here. Hi. First of all, congratulations to the entire team. Hi, Yami. Good to see you after a long time. And सबसे पहले, I think congratulations to you once again. सब लोग जोर से ताली बजाओ यामी के लिए. I think she's done all the stunts all by herself. And we just got to know about the pregnancy right now. So anyway, doing stunts all by yourself is very difficult. And I'm not sure about whether the timelines coincided or not. But if in case it coincided, I'm sure it must have been a lot more difficult to do those things. So mentally, how was it taxing for you? Was it challenging? Because आप enjoy करते हो, like you said already, that you take the fun side of it and you enjoy the process. But mentally, was it tough to reach that stage of toughness? And then I have a question for Aditya as well.
Only if I could write thesis on it. Thank you so much. Of course, it's mentally, there's so many questions. The first are always challenging, and if you're asking about motherhood and you know everything coming together at the same time, I really don't know what I would have done had Aditya not been there by my side. Had it been
Jaan le lo Aditya.
and Lokesh Bhaiya, everybody. I mean, it was of course a home production, but you know you're part of something. There's a sense of responsibility as an actor, and credibility as an actor, that you have to consistently be you know at it. Of course, we took precautions. That's also not a time where you tell everybody, you know, that okay, this is what's going to happen. It's the most it's something which is no kept secret, right? And but luckily, most of the stunts and the whole training bit, it was very rigorous training for weeks. As I already mentioned, very thankful to Keshav sir and Bhushan sir. He also took us to NSG here in Mumbai, and my God, that has to be one of the best days of my life, where you actually got to fire live, and I came out looking red like an apple. And they said, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know. I really enjoyed firing those shots." And so many emotions, of course, so many things. You want to be conscious, you want to be cautious, you want to be careful. I'm really thankful to some of the doctors that who were supervising this secretly. And so we were mostly left with the talkie portion or the walking shots which we could you know work around and manage. But all in all, as he said, this was almost felt like you know, more than surreal. Like your baby is also part of this whole thing. There were always two of us putting that effort, two of us walking, two of us saying those lines. One, if I'm rehearsing, I'm sure the baby is listening, and I'll never. And I think somewhere the inspiration also comes from how I've seen my mother, you know, work her way through when she was expecting my siblings, or I'm sure the kind of stories I've heard when she was expecting me. I think the kind of mental makeup, especially we Indian women have, I think it's way more stronger than we give ourselves credit for. So, yeah.
And kudos to you for articles, etc. Some people are saying that, oh, it's a brilliant coincidence that it's kind of coinciding with the election years as well. Naturally, the next narrative that forms is whether it's a propaganda film. But do you sometimes feel it's unfair because you are from Kashmir, right? So everything that you feel about the film comes straight from the heart, exactly what was mentioned earlier. So do you feel it's kind of unfair when people downplay this emotion of yours and kind of label it as a propaganda film? How do you look at it?
So people who label it as propaganda, I don't care about them. It is as simple as that. I really don't care about them, because the whole point is that I know where it's coming from. And Indian audience is actually very, very smart. They are really, really smart. They know a film, जब वो देखते हैं उनको समझ में आता है कि कौन सी फिल्म प्रोपेगेंडा है और कौन सी फिल्म का इंटेंट करेक्ट है. एंड मेरी फिल्म का हमेशा, टिल द टाइम आई एम अ फिल्म मेकर और आई एम अ प्रोड्यूसर और आई एम अ डायरेक्टर, द इंटेंट विल बी ऑलवेज राइट. द डे द इंटेंट इज रॉन्ग, आई विल स्टॉप मेकिंग फिल्म्स. So I don't care what people say, especially those people जो agenda-driven critics थे. And it's my observation, I might be absolutely wrong, but I always thought that the downfall of agenda-driven critics happened from Uri. If you notice that all the people who had said such bad things about Uri at that time, audience just thronged to the theaters. They just went, and the result was what happened with Uri. So audience doesn't care. It doesn't care if um, what your political agenda is, what you are thinking, and how you are presenting the reviews. What it cares about is what is the intent of the filmmaker. And trust me, like we have so many examples right now. We watch a 12th Fail, and we know that the intent of Vidhu Vinod Chopra was something to make like a great film. अब आप उसको कैसा भी review दे दो, it doesn't matter. Audience will still go for it. So I always feel it's the intent which matters. And over here with me, with all of us, the intent will be always correct. With her, like all her films in last 4-5 years have been brilliant, back-to-back hits because of the intent. The intent was correct. So I generally don't think about the critics who call it a propaganda and all that. And I feel it's the propaganda in their head which is making them look at this film as propaganda. 370 is an India-centric film. It is one film, it's an event which literally brought India together. It made India one, which was not there, which hadn't happened in 70 years. It's an incredible story. It's one of the best stories I've ever heard. When we were doing research for this film, the kind of stories we got to, Yami, the character she's playing, it's actually based or inspired from a real life woman who actually pulled it off. Priya, the character she is playing, it's actually inspired from real people sitting in PMO and how they figured out the whole thing. And the brilliant bit was that there were hundreds of people involved in it, and nobody leaked even a single information. And I kind of sometimes think of myself as investigative journalist. To get these informations out, you have to really, really struggle. But once we got the informations out, we thought it was one of the best stories we have ever. It's got everything. It's got politics, it's got thrill, it's got drama, it's got action, and it happened like it's inspired from real stories. So I don't care about what these people say. Thank you so much, sir. Hi.
This mic.
Hi. I can hear you. I can hear you.
75 साल पुराना है, आज़ादी के पहले का है, जब जम्मू कश्मीर ने भारत के साथ आने का फैसला किया था, राजा हरी सिंह ने एक पैक्ट किया था, फिर ये कहा गया था कि रेफरेंडम होगा, जिसको लेकर बहुत तमाम बातें हुई, फिर आज़ादी के बाद पाकिस्तान ने आधे कश्मीर पर कब्जा कर लिया। तो ये मसला काफ़ी पुराना है। क्या आप लोग इस फिल्म में सिर्फ आर्टिकल 370 को कैसे हटाया गया इस पर फोकस कर रहे हैं, या इसका जो कश्मीर की जो समस्या है जिस वजह से आतंकवाद वहाँ पे फैला, पसरा, सेपरेटिज्म आया, वो तमाम उसके जो कॉज हैं उतने डीप में आप लोग जा रहे हैं या सिर्फ इस पर ही फोकस कर रहे हैं? ये मेरा सवाल था।
I actually should say कि आप फिल्म देखिए, बिकॉज अगर मैंने यहाँ पे बता दिया तो
थोड़ा सा मतलब
सवाल में फिल्म छुपी है।
बट आपको सब कुछ के बारे में थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आएगा, आपको क्लियरली समझ में आएगा कि ये कहाँ से शुरू हुआ था, कैसे हुआ था, और इसकी वजह से क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हुई थी, वो आपको इस फिल्म में क्लियरली समझ में आएगा। हमने थोड़ा थोड़ा, एक 2.5 घंटे की फिल्म में, 1-2 घंटे की फिल्म में आप सब कुछ नहीं दिखा सकते हो, तो आप हमेशा चूज करते हो कि व्हाट इज़ द बेस्ट आई कैन शो which makes the film interesting, entertaining for the audience, and at the same time gives them an information which is palatable for them. Otherwise ये documentary बन जाती। तो आपको in all probability सब कुछ मिलेगा, आपको information भी मिलेगी, आपको thrill भी मिलेगा, आपको entertainment भी मिलेगा, और आप घर जाके ये अपने परिवार वालों के साथ discuss भी करेंगे कि यार ये हुआ कैसे था, और ये कैसे जिस तरीके से हुआ था ये तो काफ़ी कमाल की तरीके से हुआ था। तो it has all those elements in it.
Yami, this side.
Yeah.
This is Adi from Filmian. Yami, how difficult and easy it was for you to work with your husband for the film? Was it like that difficult or easy? That difficult or easy?
You've already seen how easy it is with Aditya. I think we both professionals. We both respect our professional boundaries, and we don't overthink things so much. He knows he's in this film. Of course, Aditya has worked as in capacity of a writer, co-writer, and one of the producers, and who's hired me as a professional to do the job that I did. And if only it's helped me, I'd say. And na hi sirf is film mein, but for anything that I feel, you know, I want to discuss something, some idea with Aditya, yeah, you know, aaj maine scene aisa shoot kiya, maine waisa kiya. So that just is just an open discussion we anyways have. And so it was not difficult at all. I just said it, in fact, it was so I think very God sent the timing, because as I said, I don't know what I would have done had it not been Aditya by my side, because it was a very sensitive time, a very sensitive film, a very important film for us. It's the first film in the family that's first production that's coming out there. So too many things, but at the same time, agar, as he said, I'm sure is मीटिंग इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में आपने ये शब्द सुन लिया है, पर वो बहुत ज़रूरी शब्द है. अगर इंटेंशन साफ हो, क्लियर हो, अच्छा हो, तो सब अच्छा ही होता है. सो आई लक्ड आउट एज वेल.
सारे रिश्ते अच्छे ही होते हैं, मैं भी अच्छा हूँ. ऑल्सो ये चीज़ बहुत ख़ास होती है कि फिल्म के बाद जब रिलीज़ होंगी ट्विटर, इंस्टाग्राम, हर जगह पर फिर कमेंट्स भी आएंगे, ट्रोलिंग भी होगी, कंट्रोवर्सी भी होगी. तो आर यू प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट एज वेल मेंटली?
This is for me?
Yes, both.
Of course. Matlab, that is given. That was given. My intent of making Uri, for example, my intent of making Uri was that I want to make a film which is a tribute to Indian Army. उसके ऊपर लोगों ने उसको propaganda बना दिया, जो भी बना दिया. I like eventually I don't care. Like we don't care that much. जिसको जैसा सोचना, एक बार ये फिल्म रिलीज हो गई, ये ऑडियंस की फिल्म बन गई है. उसके बाद वो क्या करते हैं उस फिल्म के साथ, वो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. बट इन लाइक आई अगेन सेइंग दैट striving for excellence and intent, these are the two things which we have maintained in this film also. And I really hope that majority of the audience likes this film, enjoys this film, and appreciates the effort which has gone behind making this film the way it is. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Rashita here from Galata, India. Yeah, hi. Firstly, congratulations to the entire team here, Aditya.
Hi.
The trailer really looks intense, power-packed, and I'm sure it is something we are all awaiting to watch. Yami, if I talk about you, firstly, it's a treat to watch you on screen. We have, whenever we watch you, we are filled with happiness and pride. Considering your last few roles, it's been so strong. So power-packed, something that we don't see actors today do back-to-back. But I'm sure it's a feeling of pride for you also to get such amazing roles. Has that been a conscious decision for you, or something that, the makers were approaching you with these days?
Thank you so much. I think you're very generous. I think it all comes from a lot of factors, from what's your bent of mind at that point of time. Maybe I would have, maybe my choices 7-8 years back wouldn't have voiced out or supported what my perspective would have been, but maybe that's, there's certain choices you make out of because there's lack of option around you. I'm talking just for myself. But there comes a time in life where you feel, I have to just stop being this fearful person, or fear of saying no, or fear of not doing films. It's okay if I'm not doing anything, but I'm not going to do anything substandard, anything which I don't have my heart in, and I'm just doing for the economics of it. I think the day that happened, and the film that followed that thought was, I'm not kidding, that was Uri. Thank you. And it happens, we hear about manifestations and all these things, and I think somewhere it must be true, So at that time, when you grab that opportunity, you also have to have that understanding that, this is that film. I'm one of the characters in the film. The film is not about me, but I know what potential it holds. Then came Bala, then came A Thursday, then came all these films, and of course, as I said, it all culminated into a 370. So it's a journey. I'm very, I don't know, proud is the word. Does it sound too much? I'm always very, I underplay a lot, I think, with words, and I'm very famous for not doing very famous PR, I think. But I won't have it any other way, because it's my journey. It's my journey. I don't owe it to anyone. Of course, I owe it to my family, owe it to Aditya always says, you know, ki it's not just us, it's also the good karma of generations and generations that we're sitting here together. We got together, like-minded people, like-minded families coming and nurturing something nice. So we believe in these things, and I'm so happy that I've come to a point where, yes, I can give voice to my choices and the kind of work I want to do, the kind of work that makes me happy and my audience happy, most importantly. Yeah.
Hello, Priyamani.
Hello.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. Priyamani? Yes. Lonavala mein kya hua, we don't know. But, but Kashmir mein jo hua, we all know. And I just wanted to know, do you feel as passionately about Article 370, the abrogation, as the rest of the team seems to?
Of course, that's why. Sorry, can you hear me? Yeah. Of course, I do feel special and I do feel happy that I'm a part of such a wonderful film. And I have to thank Aditya Dhar sir for personally giving me a call and telling me that there is such a film. And he told me the story, he told me what it is all about. And I, rightly, as you know, both of them said that the intention is always right. And I also believe in doing something like that. And which is why I chose to be part of this film. And I'm happy that I'm part of the film. And so thank you so much for having me part of the film. And I hope I've lived up to the expectations of everybody.
Thank you so much.
Hello, here.
Hello.
Left hand side, yeah.
Hello.
Here, your
Yeah,
right
yeah,
hand
yeah,
side,
yeah.
I guess, yeah. Hi, Shilpa here from Mayapuri magazine. मेरा सवाल यामी आपके लिए है. जिस तरह से आपके सारे किरदारों का जिक्र किया गया, एंड वाकई में हर कोई एक्टर ऐसा किरदार करना चाहेगा जो पावरफुल किरदार, और जहाँ पे उरी में हमने आपको देखा एक अलग अंदाज था, और यहाँ पर एक्शन अवतार है आपका फुल ऑन. तो क्या कहेंगी जब आप ऐसे किरदार करते हैं, कोई पावरफुल किरदार जहाँ से लोग इंस्पायर होते हैं, लोग कुछ सीखते हैं, कुछ जानते हैं जो बहुत ज़रूरी है, तब ऑडियंस भी कनेक्ट कर पाए, वो एक जिम्मेदारी भी आती है आपके कंधों पर जब आप ऐसा किरदार करते हैं. तो क्या प्रिपरेशन रहती है आपकी फॉर दिस कैरेक्टर, फॉर डूइंग दीज पावरफुल कैरेक्टर्स?
Thank you so much for your words. अगर खासकर आर्टिकल 370 की बात की जाए, मैं जूनी हक्सर का किरदार निभा रही हूँ, और जूनी कश्मीरी लड़की है और एक इंटेलिजेंस ऑफिसर है. बहुत लोग इंटेलिजेंट ऑफिसर लिखते हैं, इट्स नॉट इंटेलिजेंट ऑफिसर, इट्स इंटेलिजेंस ऑफिसर. एंड आई थिंक पहली चीज़, वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट थिंग्स, और ये मेरा एक बेस स्ट्रक्चर कह सकते हैं, एक प्रेप मोड है जो सभी फिल्मों के लिए है कि आई एम वेरी थरो विद माई स्क्रिप्ट. आई थिंक सारे सवाल आपकी स्क्रिप्ट में ही होते हैं पहले, एंड आई नो आप थक जाएंगे सुनते हुए. He was the first director to say this to me, because जब उरी मेरे पास आई थी, मैंने कहा था, you know, ये रिसर्च करनी चाहिए, यहाँ करनी चाहिए, मैं किससे बात करूँ, मुझे किसी से मिलना चाहिए, who do I seek inspiration from, how do I prepare for my character. So one of the first things he said, you know, अगर स्क्रिप्ट अच्छी है तो आपके मेजॉरिटी उस सवालों का जवाब उस स्क्रिप्ट में ही होगा. तो और ये सच बात है. एंड जितनी बार आप पढ़ते हैं, हर बार आपको कोई नई चीज़ समझ में आती है, नई चीज़ पता चलती है. और वो मैं थोड़ा आई हैव अ लिटिल ओल्ड स्कूल हैबिट ऑफ मेकिंग दोज हैंड रिटन नोट्स, जो उसके बाद मुझे खुद मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास से देखने पड़ते हैं मैंने ये क्या लिखा था.
And her scripts are filled with notes. Like each and every page, there's no space left. Like she has minutest of details written on her script. Like she's so thorough with her scripts.
I back it up. I completely agree. And I saw that when we were doing the reading, she got the script along with her, and every page when AJ was reading the lines and, you know, he was explaining to us the whole story and everything, I just happened to peek at her script, and all I could see was all the writings all over, and, you know, so she's completely thorough in that.
Sweet Priya, thank you. तो of course ये आपका एक mental preparation है, एक emotional connect है, एक back story बनाई जाती है, which we sat together and we made for Zuni. And of course एक जो physical aspect है, एक कि आपको forget firing a gun. पहले how do you hold a weapon? It has to look like a part of you, an extension of you. It should not look कि आपने कोई object पकड़ा है. That's a huge responsibility. And one of the first things I remember Bhushan sir taught me, हम कभी Indian Army अपना weapon ज़मीन पे नहीं लगने देती. So you have to learn how to, अगर आप you lying down also, how do you lie down without having your knee touch the ground first, or your weapon. सो इतनी डिटेल में ट्रेनिंग हुई है, चाहे वो फिल्म में दिखाए या ना दिखाए, बट द बैक ऑफ माई माइंड अगर एज एन एक्टर मुझे पता है कि मेरी वायरिंग और कंडीशनिंग और प्रिपरेशन इस तरीके से हुई है, तो ऑन सेट कुछ भी दिया जाएगा, दैट एवरीथिंग विल कम इन हैंडी एंड आई एम मोर प्रिपेयर्ड. एंड ऑफ कोर्स जैसा आपने कहा एंड हाउ आदित्य शेयर्ड, दिस कैरेक्टर इज बेस्ड ऑन someone's real life. It's inspired by a true female intelligence officer. So it was an honor for me to play her. And I'm so thankful to my producers that just to make more money, they did not turn the character into a male character. And they give me this opportunity and give us this opportunity. So thank you once again.
Hi. Hi, this is Jaya here from Bollywood Now. My question is to Lokesh. So this is your first film here. What made you choose to do this film? It's a full of political action drama.
No, it's always the story. We are not looking at what is the potential box office and how the critics will review it. The only thing which matters is the story something worth telling? Is it something in our zone? So, we have a certain sense of films and where we come from, and if that's aligned, we are making that film. After that, we do not think about, how are we going to cast, what's going to happen. It's just that, we go with a very determined mind that we have to make the film. We've already made 3 films, and in all of those cases, it's the story which stuck with us, and we went for it. And that will be in the future as well.
To add to his reply, Uri happened with Vicky when Vicky was not considered as a solo commercial actor, and it happened. We have done a film called Dhoom Dham, which happened with Pratik Gandhi at a point when Pratik Gandhi, nobody knew about him that well. We did a film with Manav Kaul as a lead, and we have projected him in a very big way. Same with Pratik. So our intent is great stories with great actors. मतलब उन एक्टर्स को कैसे प्रोजेक्ट करना है वो हमारे ऊपर है, चाहे वो विकी है, चाहे वो प्रतीक है, चाहे वो मानव है, चाहे प्रिया and Yami. The idea is to make great stories with great actors, deserving actors. Yeah.
One question
last
to
question.
Yeah, final
Yeah,
question.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Ayush from HT Media.
Hi.
Your movie Uri gave the entire nation a roll call, How's the Josh? Hi,
Yeah.
sir.
Hi.
And your intent is now being seen in this movie. The trailer cut is amazing. But do you miss having such a roll call in this? Or do you think that we are going to go back saying that Kashmir hamara tha, hamara hai, aur hamara rahega?
क्या
Did you
बात
miss
कर रहे
that?
हैं? क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप?
I think there are more also. For that, you'll have to watch the film and then it will start.
Perfect. Thank
फिलहाल
you
के
so
लिए
much.
जो भी बात हुई बहुत कमाल की बात हुई. Thank
one
you so
last
much.
one.
But
जी
it was a great
One
signing.
last
जी आइए ना please.
Lokesh ji, adding on to her question, or right
Yeah.
here. Lokesh ji here.
Yeah,
You're right. Siddharth from Bollywood Helpline. Being a maker of Uri, the surgical strike, was that more challenging for you to be kept in always in mind? Ki, yaar, we have done Uri, the surgical strike, the film. So is that any challenges you face?
No, so the idea is that how do we tell the story in its most entertaining and truest form? So even if you see this film, it's not like Uri. It's not like an action film in that army is going and, doing a surgical strike. This is a genre which is unexplored in this country. We have politics as well as action happening parallelly, which I don't think anybody has seen it in India before. And so it had nothing to do with, is it similar to Uri or not? No, this is a completely different story. And even with Aditya, all the films that he is trying to do or writing, whether it is Aditya Dhar or Aditya Jamle, they're all very different.
So the next film he's doing is a horror film. The film after that might be a biopic, which we are discussing.
Which
right
is a
now.
romantic story. Yeah.
Which is a romantic biopic. So with us also, it's like the world is your oyster. Whatever you want to do, you go ahead and do it. But the whole point is the story has to be great.
And I'll just like to add one point to your question. That the thing is, what was challenging with this film, if you compare, see, in Uri it was a surgical strike that was the moment of defining moment. Here it's a law being removed with lot of things that are not in public domain. So our intent right from the start was, after you watch a film like Article 370, you should understand everything and understand how this article was held inoperative on 5th of August 2019. Even if it is a 5th standard में पढ़ने वाला बच्चा भी ये बोल पाएगा कि कैसे हुआ है, मैं अभी जानता हूँ, ऐसे हुआ है. So that is our intent, that is our intent to make it in that way.
और बाकी जो चीजें हैं 23rd, you saying something?
Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Creative part in B62 and the financial part in B62.
I take the creative. It's not like that. We all do everything. But Lokesh, being from top college, he takes the more of finance wala side. I, being a Lafunder, I take care of the more creative side.
आपका ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट उसके बाद
So basically we have put that film on back right now. It was too big for the mathematics to work for it. The kind of VFX quality we were looking at. Nobody has even strived for it. Fortunately, जब तक या फिर टेक्नोलॉजी सस्ती हो जाए या फिर हमारा जो सिनेमा हॉल के जितने सिनेमा हॉल्स हैं वो बढ़ जाए, ज़्यादा ज़्यादा, तब तक मुझे थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा. I'll give you an example. जेम्स कैमरन ने अवतार 27 साल पहले सोची थी, बट उसने वेट किया था फॉर मार्केट और for technology to come to that level where he can actually present it. I'm no scared. मैं उसके नाखून भी बन जाऊँ, मेरे लिए वो भी काफ़ी होगा. But the whole point is that we have to make sure that again the intent, the excellence rate. अगर वो achieve करना है, then there cannot be any mediocrity. There cannot be कि अब project बनाना है तो चलो फटाफट करके. Even if it's 5 years of my prime time in my life, it doesn't matter. Film has to be brilliant because अगर एक बारी फिल्म वो छप गई, वो अगले 100, 200, 300 साल तक वो छप गई है. So it cannot be something which is mediocre, which is something where my intent is wrong. ऐसा करना is it cannot be. It has to be. It is striving for excellence. I truly believe that as well because we have a huge responsibility in presenting our it will only happen if we compete with them. To compete with them, we have to be excellent.
And I'm sure we'll get to see a lot of excellence on that big screen on the 23rd of Feb, Article 370 के रूप में. That's all we have for you, ladies and gentlemen.